Hello everybody and welcome to Planet Coaster. Now, I know this game isn't like total brand new. It's been out a little while, but I somehow missed it. So, I was a little bit kind of overwhelmed by the game in a way and got into it a little bit on stream the other day and I was like, actually this isn't as difficult as I thought it was. And yet it is still quite in-depth, but it will let you get away with not being as in-depth, or you can be as in-depth as you want with it. And you'll see when I start playing, if you don't already know, which probably a lot of you do. So yeah, I've done a little bit of a test play. You know what I'm like, I always like to have a little test. Just to see if career mode was going to be crazy, crazy hard. So far it doesn't seem too bad. So I did the Pirate Battle Park. And won a gold star on it, so I'm quite happy with that. So I'm thinking that maybe we could go to the two other parks of Captain Lockjaw. That's a very nice jaw. Very nice jaw. So yeah, I was thinking I could go and maybe just do that scenario. The Creature Awakens, maybe? That's probably with the Kraken in it. We met the Kraken on my stream. So let's go and have a look. I'm going to see how loud the music is once I get into the game, because it seems quite loud in my ears right now. I may have to adjust it downwards a bit. When editing a building, you can use the split button to create a new building from your selection. Wow. There's all sorts you can do with building things, and you can build buildings, complete bespoke buildings to put roller coasters through and all sorts, but I haven't really even gone into that. At the moment, I'm doing some very, very beginnery stuff. Okay, there is a lot of litter in the park. Make sure there's enough bins. In my stream, how long did it take me to find out how many bins there were? Oh my goodness me. Oh, look at all those tentacles. Oh. Okay, rumours of engineers meeting sticky ends scared off this park staff, leading to its recent sale. The bargain price presents an irresistible opportunity to hire some new staff, complete construction of the park, and ignore the reports of strange noises underground. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. I know those are all props. It's fine. Okay. So what have we got here? How much space have we got here? Lots of space, actually. Honestly, I could delete all the tentacles and I could terrain level all of this and make it into a proper park. Or I could leave them as a feature. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. Should we leave them as a feature? Maybe. So I'm thinking we could definitely build quite a lot into this space around the tentacle pit to start with. So what do we want to do? Have we been given any rides at all? We've been given some posters or screens possibly. Are they posters? Yeah, poster stands for advertising. Do we have a park entrance? What on earth is that? Like... The park entrance is like in the middle of a cave, like. See, I love this game because of these sorts of things. So you come up through a spooky, ah! Oh no, so I couldn't even follow it down. I don't know where these people are coming from. I mean, I'm trying to find the park entrance, but it's down in a pit. All the way down there, look. You see the bottom of it? Ah, it keeps... See there? All the way down there, they're coming in. So I'm guessing up here is where I should probably put a park entrance if I do want... Oh no, there is one. There is a park entrance here. I needed to find it. I was like, where is it? So that's there, and that's where they are going to be paying their money, and that's where my park is effectively going to start. And you... Oh yes, you can see here the dotted line that designates my park area. Goes quite a way out, actually. Go all the way up to there. That's cool. I could put some rides up the top there. Guessing the Kraken's Lair is great value. Is that actually a ride? Oh, Kraken's Lair. Is that a roller coaster or something? What is that? Oh yeah, look. It's a roller coaster that goes all the way around through... Oh, wow. Yeah, so we have got a ride. Okay. First things first, I need to know what this ride is like for science. I need to know what it's like for science. So we're going to go and follow one of the cars around. Oh my word, look at this. Look what they built, guys. Wow, I am impressed. I am totes impressed. Oh my goodness, and there's water spilling down. This is what I love about this game. Like, you can create such interesting things. And the fact you're in these little vintage cars as well. I wonder if they came with the vintage pack. They may well have done. Oh, it's scary. Oh, and it's dark and there's tentacles. So you don't have to light anything up. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. With the lighting they put in there. Oh, wow. I hope this isn't too loud for you guys. I'll sound balance it later. That's cool. So we've got all these different bits and bobs. Okay, I think we're going to have to follow the car around for the whole ride though, aren't we? That was quite scary. That was a little horror ride. Ooh. Oh, goodness me. So you can follow this car all the way around and properly check the ride out. Are we going? Have to wait to get loaded, I think. Okay, in they go. Because we only kind of saw half the ride. And I like to do this to start with. I mean, I'm not surprised. I think it's great value. I'm pretty impressed by that ride myself. I see the first half of it. So you're going down into this Kraken's lair. I don't know where they got the eggs from because I've seen all the Kraken pieces. And I'm well impressed by that. Okay, so we're in our car, driving around. I think the bar maybe should have gone down. So you're going down, down, down into the lair. All the torches. Lighting up as you go past. Oh, okay, so we've got some kind of like mine going on. Oh, they're kind of trying to shoot at stuff. Right, right. And then we're in the depths of the Kraken's lair. All the doors there. Wow, look at that down there. That's insane. Trying to work out what all the lights are. Big pile of skull and crossbones. So this is just to give you an idea of like what you can build in this game if you have the talent, which I do not yet. It may come with time. Okay, and then we've got a bit around here, but I don't think it's the end there. So that's just, wow. So the fact that you can tunnel these roller coasters and track rides into the ground is absolutely amazing. Like I say, this is like something that I didn't really think much of when it first came out. I didn't really think to look much into it. And I'm actually really pleasantly surprised. All the tentacles. Because in the first level, we didn't really have anything as in depth as this either. So I'm actually really, really pleased that this is the first thing we're seeing. Right, I think this is where we came in. Yeah, this is where we came into the ride. So I'm just going to escape out now. So we've done a full round of it. But actually, it's a really long ride, that one as well. Love it. Okay, I think we need to do a little bit of actual park management now. We've checked out that amazing ride they built. But I'm so glad we did. I liked that. That was fun. 10 minutes in and I haven't built anything. Oops. So the line is really long. So I think we need to capitalize on all the people coming past to get onto this ride by putting a load of rides and things that they can buy on the way to distract them. This is the way I roll. So let's have a look how we're going to do this, because it's a very very slopey kind of park because of the Kraken's pit, I guess. We'll get some proper rides in. So we don't have many. I mean, we can research some rides, I think. Some different ones. Could research some family rides. We could research some more shops, some sceneries, all that sort of thing. In career mode, it seems like you do need to kind of research everything. So I can research a compressed air swinging into action. Estimated research cost 1,500 per month. Oh, I see. So that's going to actually take money off me. So until I've got a really good working park, it's probably not worth doing that at the moment. Let's get something simple in. Like a Rocktopus. That's a good ride. Like I say, it's a bit rough when the terrain is so janky. But I think around here might be good. Oh, okay. So it does like sort the terrain out for me a little bit. That's good. Okay, so let's get a entrance in. Which we could put around anywhere we want to. We could put it around there or around there or something. I want kind of a wiggly path into it. And I probably put the exit over here somewhere. And then I'm going to have to try and work on paths. This could be interesting. So it's going to have to try and join up to this path here. So normally you can pull it up to make stairs. So if you just hold down the left click button and pull it up, it'll make you some stairs. And if you pull it down, it'll go flat again. And then you can try and make it vaguely meet up with the rest of the park. Doesn't really seem to want to, does it? It's not really wanting to. I'm not the best at this, honestly. I mean, they're both on a slope there. Maybe we could do this. And then pull it around from there. This is terrible. This is like the worst one I've ever made. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, I'm going to control Z like everything. Back, 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 back. Back, 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 back. Back, 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 back. I definitely have to have this entryway coming onto a flat part of the park. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Ah, why are you doing that? Yeah, I've not dealt with these kinds of slopes before. It's always been fairly flat. But I think that will work. Going up onto there. And then the exit could be trouble as well. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, it's instantly can't be done. Unless I mess around with the terrain. So I think the exit needs to move. Get rid of the pathing. And I'm going to see if I can move the exit. I may have to delete the entire ride though. This terrain is awful. Awful, I say. I could maybe see if I could just pull the train down a little bit. Just enough to get the path working. But no, it doesn't seem like it. Oh, come on. I look like I can't play this, and I've been doing so well so far as well. I've just never dealt with these sorts of slopes before. It's a bit bad. This is not a nice looking park, is it at all? It's not a nice, fun, gently sloping park. It's a very hilly, horrible park. And it doesn't look like... Oh, of course, right. So the terrain leveler is disabled in the scenario. I'm starting to see what the difficulty with this one is then. Yes, yes I am. Okay, we just need to make sure that the entrance and the exit are in the right place. That's not so hard, right? So I'm just going to get rid of that. Click on the ride. Place the entrance and exits in a different way. And we'll be cool. So I'm going to put the entrance over here this time. And put the exit over here. And I'll see what I can do. I'm also going to extend this pathway. It looks like it's just brick. And it looks like... Problem is, I can't tell how many meters wide it is, and it's not really showing me. Oh, get away. Get away. That looks too wide. Oh, it's blank. Oh no, they are 4-meter paths. Okay, cool. That's fine. At least I know. So I'm just going to extend this pathway so that I've got a bit more scope to work with, really. So where's the park boundary? So we've got all the way up to here, all the way around the Kraken to build this park. So I'm definitely thinking that a pathway, and I will have it back up to 4. It goes all the way along here. Might be quite nice. For a start, anyway. Okay. So let's go back into the ride and see if I can actually get an entrance placed properly. Right. Connect the entrance path to the main path. We're going to do that with some stairs. Going down to there. Then a slope. It's not a big ride, so that's not a huge issue, I don't think. And then let's have the sandstony path coming down here as an exit. It might have been better the other way around, but I did what I could with the resources I was given. We'll see how that does. Okay, so now what we want to do is to try and make it so that this ride is attractive, because it's not as interesting and cool as the awesome roller coaster. It is kind of cool that it's got like the tentacle theme going on still. It seems to be a big theme with this particular park. But we'll maybe carry on with the whole pirate theme because it's one of Lockjaw's parks as well. So we definitely want to go into the scenery and just have a look at what we want to do. So we've got lots of palm trees. We've got a big anchor there, for example. Apparently there's not enough bins around. So if we've got fast food places and things like that, I think we do. Where are they? Is that one? What's this building? It is... Let's see what it is. That's my information booth. So I don't really need bins by information booth unless they're handing out leaflets and people are throwing those all over the floor. No. Somewhere they're probably going to be getting food and drink or something like that, and that tends to be where the litter goes. It does look like it's a very slightly flatter up here. So that's something to think about. Do you want to open this ride? Shall we test it first? Make sure it works. Probably does. It's a pre-built one. Oh look! Bubbles come out! It's a bubbly ride. So you can do all sorts of stuff. You can change all of its sequences, you can ride on it, you can move it around. You can see all sorts of information on it. Well, the test dummies look happy, so I'm going to open it. It's the Rocktopus 12. I don't know why it's the 12th one. So people do seem to already be popping down. So what I want to do about the litter in the park is bins and janitors. So I'm going to hire 2 janitors. Oops, are you going to be stuck on the fence? You better not be. And you. Then we need to look at bins. Oh. Easy objectives completed already. The most popular attraction, the Kraken's Lair. Guest in the park 301. I've got $11,000 worth of cash. Okay, that was a very easy objective. So these are the objectives up here. Employ 2 janitors and build 2 rides. All right, okay, yes, I did that just naturally. Employ 2 mechanics and build 5 rides. That shouldn't be too hard. Employ 2 entertainers and attract 1,000 guests. How many guests do we have? 326. That won't be hard either. This is not a hard scenario, I don't think. What makes it hard is the terrain. It's awful. It's awful. But I am glad that I got to go on the Kraken ride. Like, half of this for me is getting to go on the rides. Should we go on the octopus? Okay, let's go. Seat. Woohoo! I hope no one... I'm going to have to put motion sickness warnings on this video, I think. Oh, that's a cool ride. I like that one. I won't spend too long on the rides, just in case you guys are motion sick. But, yeah. If you are, you probably shouldn't be watching this Let's Play, because it's going to be full of me going on all the rides. I love them. But there is a bit of a Sims-esque. Ride music gets very loud as you go in. So you can barely hear it. It goes from barely being able to hear it to super loud. So I'm sorry about that. That's going to have to be a thing we put up with. Right. So we're building 5 rides. And employing mechanics now. So... It's a case of finding a place where the visitors are going to go, you see. Because they seem to be coming down here, okay. They're really happy to go up to the Kraken. But I think we need to build some more rides around this area. So what have we got? We've got track rides now. We have the boom boat. That will cost us 4,900, and it can be a little bit temperamental. So I'm thinking I'll stick with some of the smaller rides possibly for a bit. What else have we got? Psychola. That looks interesting. I haven't seen that one before. Forge is always a really good one. I had that in my stream because I just did a sandbox park in my stream. But the whirly rig, the test flight. I think things like test flight are a bit more sci-fi-y. What is the whirly rig then? What do you look like? I mean, you have barrels and monsters and stuff, which is kind of like, you know, part of the theme, I guess. Kinda. So that, yeah, let's put a whirly rig in. Right, I need to get it facing the right way because I want these little monster dudes to be facing round the right way. So you press Z and round it goes. So I think that's about right. I'm going to pop it here. Pop it back a little bit. It's weird that the station is there. So you're usually around the back of the ride, but that's definitely the front of the ride. This is definitely the back of the ride, and this is the front. So, ah well. So let's get an entrance. And an exit. And connect the entrance to the path. So we're going to connect it kind of over here a little bit. And we're just going to give it a bit of a chance there for people to have a bit of a queue. Because the queue... For lesser rides, it's not so bad if there's a bit of a queue there. But you don't really want the queue to be getting full too quickly. You want to be keeping people in the queue so that they get on the ride and all that sort of thing. So, but if you make the queue too... I've made really massive long queues and then people get really annoyed that the queue's super long, even if there's not many people in the queue. They just don't want to walk that far. Okay, so let's do a bit of scenery. So what should we have? I'm kind of thinking, actually, one thing I want to do quickly in the settings is to go and just adjust the park music, I think it is. Let's see if that brings that sound effects on here down a bit. a little bit. It's a little bit less jarring to everybody's ears that way. While I'm zoomed in and making pretty things. Now, one thing that I really like to do is to actually play with terrain paint, but I won't be able to do that on this park because terrain has been disabled, which sucks. Put a few benches around actually. They look cute. I like those barrel benches. So I'm gonna have a quick look for bins as well, because we have a very, very messy park. Do you have any pirate ones? So yeah, I've got barrel bins. They're nice and piratey. So where have we got a lot of litter? Oh, the janitor's doing a good job now. They are. We should still put bins in though. So maybe one just by a couple of the ride entrances, because people might be hanging around by there for a bit. So maybe one just by there. But we don't really have any food and drink places yet, but if we do get some, I will be putting some bins outside there as well. So let's see. Thefts are happening. They like the Kraken's lair. Multiple staff members have a high workload. And there's lots of litter in the park. But other than that, we're not doing too badly. Alright then, no one's complained about being thirsty or hungry, so we'll just leave it for now. I thought they would be by now. But no, so it's good. Let's do another ride. No, let's actually get this one working, shall we? This is a bit of a baby ride, isn't it? It's definitely a baby ride. Aww, it's so cute. Oh, they're singing like a little sea shanty. That's so cute. Love it. Okay, that one can be open now. So, what should we put in the scenery for that then? So, we've got some... Thing is, you can filter a lot of stuff. Oh, it's still really loud on that ride. That Rocktopus is like super loud. It's like the loudest ride ever. I just want to mute the Rocktopus. I'm terrible, aren't I? You probably could, actually. I bet you could. Probably have to close it first, though. The queue for the Rocktopus was full, and it has a really plain-looking queue. So let's sort out this plain-looking queue, shall we? With some cool props. I've got under path extras. That's all my bins and a picnic canopy. That's really cute. We put picnic tables and stuff around. So what you can do is make like little plazas and stuff out of paths, and then just put little picnic benches and umbrellas and stuff around. But that's not what we want right now. What we want right now are props. Animatronics, statues, archways, signs, vehicles. See, under vehicles, we've got a few boats and vintage cars and things like that. So I'm kind of thinking, like, let's go down the boat route. Let's do, like, maybe a bit of a shipwreck going on. Like that. About and the mast. Maybe over here or something. It's almost as if there's like been a shipwreck and the mast sunk into the sand. If I had terrain paints, I would probably paint this all sandy and maybe put a bit of water around and just make it all cool. But we'll just leave it like this for now. And how about we have the wheel on the floor there? Oh yeah, this is looking good. I like this. I like this a lot. So we've like had this crashed ship. Probably because the Kraken got it. Yeah. Okay. All this, I can't have. All that. It's all different DLCs that I don't have at the moment because they only gave me the base game and the vintage DLC. So I was like, okay, let's play a bit on my channel, see how I like it, and I'll either ask them for or buy the DLCs myself if I get a lot of use out of the game. If not, then not so much. We'll see. Very early days yet. So what archways have we got? We've got a nautical archway, an abstract, a racing bridge, a shark. Oh, I want a shark. Oh my goodness. The shark is huge. Maybe we don't quite want the shark. A whalebone lantern arch. Oh, that's lovely. I like that. Okay, it's up in the air at the moment a little bit because of the terrain being so crazy. So what we need to do is press shift and we can take that whalebone arch down so that it's level with the floor. You just see it dipping down underneath there. So now it's level with the floor. I can press Z and I can just move it around a little bit until it sits around about where I want it to be. Just I think about here. So hopefully now I look at the ride, they shouldn't be so unimpressed with the queue. Yeah, so they think it's good value. They're a bit annoyed that the queue is full, but that's because I was struggling a bit with the terrain and how to get the queue actually in there. Queues are a bit shorter than I would normally have them on a flat piece of ground. More scenery is available to research. Interesting. I won't be doing that quite yet because it costs me money and I don't have much money right now. I love that they've got their own little pirate sea shanty going on over there. I mean this one, because it's like a lot more of a kiddie one, I'm kind of thinking we could have balloons and stuff over here. There's all sorts of nature and plants we can have. So actually over here there's all filters, over here there's all filters. So you could have nature, you can have some little palm trees. There's some small palm trees around somewhere, if I remember rightly. Big palm trees, rocks, banana palm. Oh, where's the little palm? Is it around? There was one. But yeah, we could have banana palms on each side, for example. So it just pretties up the queue, makes it look more interesting. I really like doing zoning. I'll maybe load up my original park and show you that. But I really like to zone things. And I really like to put things together out of, well, say this Baroque planter. It's a little bit random, but I'm going to put it down anyway just to show you something. So we've got these two planters. So say we want to go to maybe bushes or something, or just general topiary or flowers or just everything. We don't have much in the way of flowers yet at all. You have a lot more unlocked when you're on actual sort of sandbox build mode. But say I wanted to put a flower or something in there. Let's see if there's any topiary. No. Say I wanted to put this red floral bush into there. I could put it into that planter. It's too huge, but you get the idea. The other thing that you can do if you want, say I wanted to put some seaweed, because we've got this boat theme going on over here. I might want to put some seaweed over here. Excuse the super loud ride. I swear it wasn't this bad in the stream. So I can actually, if I wanted to... Oh, it's not really going in, is it? I could maybe do it over here, actually. I'll just pull it back out a bit. Oh, it's not going to do it. Okay. On the boat. Maybe on the boat. So if we bring it up like this. Yeah, this is a good place to put it. And then just kind of position it where I want it to go. Maybe about there. And we've got seaweed on the boat. Oops. You see? Maybe not exactly positioned as well as I maybe could have done it, but you get the idea. So I like the fact that you can build things up and spend forever placing them. So let's have a look at the queue over here. The queue over here is 26%, so I could put a few more things in. We could have some special effects. I could have a firework going off next to the balloons. Or just over here, maybe. Maybe over here, and one over here. We've got fireworks in the queue. The kids are all delighted, you see? And now the queue is still 26%. Okay. You could have water effects. You could have big steam vents and things like that. Looks like I can't do any of those though. Ambiance. Let's see what we've got. Glow drop special effect. Got all these special effects you can use. I don't know what this one does. Activate on trigger. No. So you can have all these things to activate on things like triggers. So like when the roller coaster comes through, that like in the Kraken den, when the roller coaster comes through, you can have it activate when the door opens and things like that. If you're clever enough, which I am not. I don't even know why this isn't working. What's it supposed to do? What are you supposed to do, glowy thing? Glow drops. And glow drops is getting deleted. Drifting embers. Maybe there's something. Do you know what? That'll be a lighting effect, and because we're outside, it won't even be visible. I bet that's something you can only have inside a cave. I feel a bit like I'm shouting over. Let's get out of here. I feel a bit like I'm shouting over the game. So. Let's have a little look at what other scenery we've got. We've got art shapes. We haven't researched any of those. Got props. I could put an anchor down there, for example, next to my ship. A shipwreck ship. Put some balloon characters over here. You can put an eagle above the queue. The eagle of freedom. And that would make the queue far more interesting. There are dragons and all sorts of things that you can put in here. There's a full-on galleon you could stick somewhere. Better in the water though, usually, I think. Donuts and jetties, and there's the Kraken, look, and there's the Kraken's tentacles. So that's what they made that roller coaster ride out of. Amazing, isn't it? Over here, I'm going to put some like piratey netting. I don't know, I think this is getting a little bit jumbled, honestly. I'm not theming it very well. I like to be able to theme these things. Put some barrels around as well. Maybe a little cluster of barrels. Maybe a little rowboat over here. So that's all my piratey themed stuff. So I need 5 rides here. I have 3 so far. Average guest happiness is declining. What are they whinging about now? They're not happy with the thefts that are going on, so I will actually make a security guard a priority now. Even though it hasn't really asked for it for the objectives. I'm spending too long theming things and making things cool rather than just kind of getting on and building the rides, which is what it wants. Guests think multiple rides have long queue times. Well, that's fine, because I'm going to build more rides and then you'll have more stuff to go on, won't you? How about a nice, big... not carousel. Ferris wheel. How about a nice big Ferris wheel? And how about we have it up the top? So you can see all the way down into the Kraken layer. I think that's actually quite a good idea. I'm quite proud of that. So from one side you can see down the park. From the other side you can see into the Kraken layer. Whoa! Okay, entrance and exits both at the front of here. So entrance on that side, I think. Exits on that side. And then I'm going to connect the entrance to the path via the wiggliest route I can. This shouldn't be too bad because this is just a nice flat. Nice flat queue there. And then the exit will just be really straight. Out of that sandstone. It matches the path outside, although you can do different things if you want. I mean, that one's nice if you're going to a water ride, a lovely blue path. Some nice cobblestones. There's some nice wooden paths that, again, might be quite nice for like a piratey themed sort of one. If you want castles and stuff like that, a stone slab path might be quite nice. You can definitely build castles in this if you want to. And if you're clever enough. But yes, I'd like to just get through this scenario on a gold win rating while you guys are still watching me, so it might take a little while to do, but we'll see. So we're on, that's ride number 4. Oops. Control Z is my friend in this. Turn off the paths. Select the ride. Let's just get it open. We'll just take a chance on that one. Woohoo! No one was here to see you open that ride though. So some people might decide to wander on past up here. So they're not really worried so much about food or drink or anything like that. They're only really worrying about rides at the moment. So I'm absolutely fine with that. I think I'd like the next ride to be like a hammer ride or something like that. So either a loop-de-loop or the forge or the kickflip. How about we have a kickflip? I've never seen that one before. It could be quite interesting. Again, I'm going to just turn it so it's a little bit face on. Which way is the front, do you think? Do you think that's the front? Or do you think that's the front? I think the other way around is the front. I think it's this way around. And I'm going to pop it there. And I'm going to place an entrance. Oh, it's all wonky. No. No, it can't be wonky. Even in this stupid park where nothing is right. Nothing is right in this park. I want a flat park. I suppose that's part of the beauty of it though, isn't it? Part of the beauty of it is that you get to the challenge of using the terrain. Of building around the terrain. And have a bit of a zigzaggy path going to this one. That's actually quite cool. I like that one. And then a path back out, which will probably, as I say, be quite a straight path. Again, just matching in to the other paths that are around. And again, I'm just going to really quickly open this one. Or I could not. Let's open it. Open it. Kick flip. Let's see what you do. And then we're going to go on all the rides because I feel that we need to ride them all. We need to experience them all. It's like tasting food when you're a chef, isn't it? Should I test it? See what it does? Oh, wow. I like. It has high nausea. I wonder why. Let's ride it. Yep, I can see why that would be. I like this one. It's not actually that bad. Well, it's slowing down. The points of interest, you can see a cinematic. I just like the ones that are where you're sitting in the seat. I always used to love simulations of roller coasters as well. When I was a kid, you go in the little sort of the little thing that tilts up and down and does like a simulation. I love those. Right, let's get this open. Let's get this ride on the road. We are now at 5 rides. So if I employ 2 mechanics, we're on the silver star. So we'll just employ 2 mechanics then. There you go, guys. Okay, so on Creature Awakens, we are now on the silver star. It doesn't ask too much of you, I don't think, early on. I imagine that there are much harder ones. So let's have a look. Oh, they're starting to actually be thirsty now. It's taken a while for them to actually get thirsty, but now they are thirsty. So I need to employ 2 entertainers and attract 1,000 guests. We could do a little bit of marketing. And that may attract more people. Got more rides open now. I definitely think that possibly looking after the needs of my guests might actually help as well. And sort of decorating the 5 rides I have. So let's employ the 2 entertainers because that probably will help. Who shall we have? I reckon we should have Captain Lockjaw. Because it's his park. Yeah. And then who else shall we have? Cosmic Cow. Let's have Cosmic Cow. Oh my goodness, Cosmic Cow gets to, like, bounce around on Space Hopper udders. Wow. That is absolutely, totally, 100% not humiliating in the slightest. I love hearing the pirate sea shanties. These rides are much quieter. They don't seem to have music attached to them as much. I imagine that's part of their sequencing though. But again, I can't. Oh, I can go into their sequencing. So I can select all the parts. It's an amusement ride. Save it as a blueprint, move it, advance move, duplicate. Well, that's not an awful lot that I can do there. Doesn't have much sequencing, I guess, to happen. It's just a pre-built ride. Okay. See, I can do all the basics in this, and I can build things, but when it comes to stuff like sequencing it all, getting it all to really, really work for me, I'm still learning a lot. Did they actually fill that ride up? Oh yeah, they did. It's quite a big ride. It fits a lot of people. They are running it without people on it, though. So maybe I could make the queue a bit nicer. Like, let's get out of that select thing. That's annoying me. Let's go into paths and out again. That seems to help. Reset my cursor. My queue times. My queue scenery rating is 82% on the kickflip. How? Is it because there's trees near the queue or something? Because... how? Kickflip 1 looks too intense for me. Around the world, 100%. Thinks my queue looks amazingly pretty. Do you know what I wonder? If it's because we're up the hill and they've got views of the whole park from up here. I wonder if that actually affects the queue rating. That's really interesting, isn't it? Whereas down here is terrible. Right, so are my guests still thirsty? And how many of them are there now? There are 718. We are close to a gold star now. I'm going to put in a little place for them to drink, I think. And to buy a drink. We don't even have a toilet for them yet. Let's put in a little drink shack just over here. They've got somewhere they can go and have a drink. It's hard to put a drink shack in along here. So they'll have to put up with it over here, won't they? Planet Coaster Drink Shack. Pirate Double Shipwreck Food Stall. Look, this is huge, look. It's massive. We don't need something like that in a small park, and that was something I did wrong when I streamed. I was like, let's put in all these massive food buildings, and they all had about 6 food stalls in each. And then I was like, oh, I've got to employ all these staff now. I was making massive losses on food and drink. It was huge. Okay, so security are checking that out. That's fine. The park entrance is not accessible from the exit of Whirly Rig 1. Oh dear. Let's go to it if I can. Whirly Rig 1. There's this one. Did I not put an exit in? I didn't put an exit in. They're all stuck on the ride. Let's sort that out, shall we? That's how it tells you if you forgot to put an exit in. It's like, yeah, you didn't do that, Sheelab, you numpty. So it seems quite good at the moment. How many people have we got? 836. So they're happy with their little shop there, their little drink shop. Low workload. That's fine. We're making a profit. Average guest happiness is declining. So I'll just put in a few more bits of scenery just to help things along. Probably nature-based ones. Probably trees and stuff like that. There's cameras and screens and special effects and sequences and art shapes and loads of different things. But we don't have many of them that we can use at the moment. So I'll probably just stick some palm trees in. I think in these early career mode ones, they don't want to like overwhelm you too much. So they don't give you as much to play with. Put some more trees around. People say it's good to put trees in because then people can't see how big the queue is. But in this case, you kind of can. And as I say, I'm finding it kind of difficult to get any kind of theming going here at all. Because there's just not enough stuff. I'll have all these things if I had the adventure pack. But I do not have the adventure pack. In fact, it does seem like that would be the one to get more props and things. Because that seems to be like when I'm looking at things and I'm seeing what DLC they're from, adventure pack seems to be the one that has the most. So that's definitely the one I would probably purchase first. If I were to purchase the DLCs. How many people do we have now? 905. We're nearly there. Nearly there, guys. Another thing that you can do in park management, however, if you really, really want to get a large amount of people into your park, right? One thing you can do is to do marketing. And you can start a marketing campaign. And for 1,000 a month, I could print posters. And that would get a few more people in more quickly. Because to be honest, just to get my gold star, which is all I'm really looking for at the moment. I just need my 1,000 guests at this point. I've got my entertainers, I've got my mechanics, I've got my 5 rides, and my 2 janitors. Okay, so we tried kickflip. We haven't actually been on around the world yet. Let's have a little look, shall we? Whee! Oh, it's one of these ones that spins you and flips you around. I don't believe in gentle rides in my parks, I'll tell you that right now. So shall we try from the seat? This is what you see from the seat. It's a big cage though, so it's a bit more difficult to see exactly what's going on. But it probably makes you feel a lot safer. 947. Guess I don't care that they think that the rides have long queue times. Go on the other rides then. Oh, okay. They all have queues. Well, my park is really awesome and you will love it. Yes, you do. You love it. You love it because it's free. That's another thing you can do from park management is you can go into the ticket prices. From the overview here, you've got the overview of what people think. They love it. They priority passes. We don't do priority passes. Food shop. Queue for the Kraken layer is full. They're not really happy with that. What's the most profitable? What's the most profitable shop? What's your profits? What have you spent on constructing things? All that sort of thing. So all the management stuff that you need is in here, but the ticket prices can be raised or lowered in here. So 6% were unhappy, 61% were neutral, 23% loved it, and 5% got stolen from. Okay. My park rating is 683. My ride ratings are 487. Scenery 56. A park balance bonus. I'm not sure what that's all about. And a marketing bonus for my marketing stuff. So that's what that's how much the park rating is increased by my marketing. So you can see that it's not actually that much compared to the actual ride rating itself. Interesting. Very interesting. All these stats are cool. The graphs of everything if you really, really want to be... If you really want to be in depth with it. So the management side of it is actually very in depth, as well as the fact that you've got a lot of stuff that you can do. Say in coasters. Go to custom. You can start building a custom coaster. You can go to track rides. You can build a custom track ride if you want. You can build... You can't build any custom rides. They're all just put in there for you. But the track rides and coasters, you can definitely do custom ones. You can, you know, do things like this. That will be a custom one that the devs have made. They've probably spent ages on it. Probably a very good level designer made that. And it's awesome. And I'm really happy with it. So how are we doing? 19 more people to go. So we're just pretty much waiting, really, aren't we, for reaching that goal. And then that will be this particular park done. I mean, all we really did was extended just a tiny little bit of path and added a couple more rides in. But we've made a profitable park, and we've got people in there, and we've got a drink stall. We could maybe put a food stall in if we really wanted to. Let's have a look. How are we? Oh, a thief has been caught. That's because it's a good park. Yeah, let's get a food stall in before we finish. Theft reported. There's a little bit of a theft problem here. What are they doing? Food stall. It's under shops and facilities. And then you can press the hamburger to just get the food shops. So this is a massive food shop. This is a slightly smaller one. This is a smaller one altogether. It's a Planet Coaster food stall. But it's not very themed, is it? So I would probably prefer to have something that was a bit more themed. But we don't want anything too expensive in such a small park. So we'll put this one in. There are other much... That always freaks me out, the way it goes, Chief Beef. I'm like, it sounds like a horror thing. Yay, guys. So we've managed to finish this park. So I'm going to leave you there because that was a good, almost an hour I spent making that little bit of park. Good grief. How time flies when you're having fun. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed playing that and winning the gold star. And we'll try and win gold stars on as many of these parks as possible. So I'll be doing the third one of the captains. In fact, shall I show you my original park? Because I'm actually quite proud of it. I spent quite a long time on it compared to this one though as well. So I'm just going to show you that. If I can come out of here. I had a lot more creative freedom in the last one as well. So I've saved this park as a new park save, and it's going to be Creature Awakens, save the Creature Awakens park. So I could continue with it and make an awesome park and make it really profitable and kind of sandbox it a bit more. But if I wanted to sandbox, I'd be in sandbox because then I'd have all of the options open to me. But I don't. So we're going to go back to the main menu, and I'm going to show you the park I did before on the first scenario, just so you can have a little look at what that entailed. Woohoo! I have got the rank of Park Apprentice, and that's opened a few more levels up to me that I can play. And Princess Amalie cordially invites me to attend court. Ooh, so we can do some princess stuff. Look at all the people. See, I put myself in the UK, which is where I actually am. There are many, many people in the UK. There's me in Scotland. There's some people in the middle of the sea. There's someone there trying to be in Northern Ireland, I think. But I'm in Scotland. So, I'm actually going to go into the first one, if I can, and resume it. And I'm just going to give you a little tour quickly of what I did, because I'm proud of it. I actually think I did good theming in this one. Oh, man. Come on, load. Hurry up. So this is the pirate battle. And so you basically started off with this bit of theming in the middle here. You've got this lovely explosion effect. You've got a galleon in the middle there. And a little castle and a little dock and everything like that. But then I started to build the park up over here. So I put up like a teacup ride, bandstand. I've got my food shack. Got the toilets over here with 2 entrances to it. We've got another like little drinks thing over here. We've got teacups. I made that into like the queue for that into a little botanical garden. I made the queue over here into a little gunfight. We've got this guy shooting at his exploding barrel. Although I think the sequence has gone out slightly. I need to just play around with that. But yeah, you basically got a guy shooting a barrel and it explodes. You've got some cannons at the top here on top of the food store, but that was a pre-build. And then I did a little bit of stuff over here. I made myself like a little pirate camp over here with a little pirate quartet, or it's more a trio actually. And I put some cannons in because you need some cannons. You've got a little lookout up there. You've got the rolling barrels, so it's all pretty awesome. I just wanted to show you that, just to show you more of the sort of thing that I would do in a normal level. The one I did before was a little bit more difficult because the terrain was quite limited. I couldn't modify the terrain. You can see how I've put all the sand in here, how I've basically made kind of leaves over here to make it a little bit more like a woodland. Where we've got rocks over here, I've put like a rocky landscape in as well. That was with terrain paints. So not having the terrain paints kind of did handicap me a little bit with doing all the theming. But I'm quite happy with how that turned out. So I'm going to leave you there. And I hope you enjoyed watching me do my first little career mode park. Hopefully, as it progresses, we'll spend more time on each park and it'll be a little bit more interestingly themed. And I'll maybe get a bit better and more adept at putting together little sequences and themes and getting animations going. And maybe even getting the track rides and roller coasters in such a way. Oh, my guests are all thirsty in this park. It's no good. In such a way that we can do something really interesting. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the episode. And if you did, then please do leave me a like below. If you'd like to see more of this, please let me know in the comments. Please subscribe. I'll let you know when the new videos are out. Everything's going wrong on this park. I shouldn't have loaded it. But yeah, I'll see you all next time. And in the meantime, please do look after yourselves and keep being awesome.